Coastal Conversations. I'm Susan, and today I want to talk about something that combines two of my lifelong passions, music and learning. Before I became an English teacher, I was a music major. I spent years teaching music, performing, and studying how sound affects us, emotionally, mentally, and even physically. So today I want to explore an interesting question. Does music actually help us study, or does it distract us? Many students say they concentrate better with music. Others insist they need complete silence. So what's really happening in the brain? Research suggests that certain types of music can enhance cognitive performance. Music can stimulate the brain, regulate mood, and even improve memory retention. But, and this is important, not all music works the same way. Let's start with focus. Music can help regulate your arousal level. If you're feeling tired or unmotivated, music with a steady rhythm can increase alertness. On the other hand, if you're feeling anxious before an exam, slower, calming music can reduce stress and create a more optimal mental state for learning. This is where we begin to see the cognitive benefits. First, music can improve concentration, especially repetitive instrumental music. When the brain hears consistent patterns, it doesn't have to work hard to process them. This leaves more mental capacity available for studying. Second, music can support memory consolidation. That means it can help the brain organize and store information more efficiently. Some studies suggest that certain types of music, particularly classical or ambient music, can create a mental environment that supports long-term retention. But here's where it gets more nuanced. Music with lyrics can interfere with tasks that require language processing. If you're writing an essay or reading complex material, your brain may struggle to process both the words in the music and the words in your textbook at the same time. In that case, music becomes a distraction rather than an aid. So what genres work best? Instrumental classical music, composers like Bach or Debussy, often work well because of their structured patterns and lack of lyrics. Ambient music is another strong option. It creates atmosphere without demanding attention. Lo-fi beats have also become popular among students because they combine gentle rhythm with minimal melodic variation. Nature sounds can also be effective. They reduce stress and create a calming sensory backdrop. However, high-intensity music with dramatic dynamic changes, or emotionally charged lyrics can disrupt concentration. For some learners, even instrumental music is too stimulating. And this brings us to something important. There is no universal solution. Our brains are highly individualized. What enhances focus for one person may hinder it for another. This is why self-awareness is essential. You need to observe your own cognitive response. Try studying with music one day and then without it the next. Notice your retention, your speed, your level of mental fatigue. Music should be a tool, not background noise you use automatically. When you find the type of sound that supports your mental clarity without overwhelming it, when you strike the right chord, so to speak, you create an environment where focus becomes more natural. And there's one more benefit we shouldn't overlook. Music can reduce stress. Stress impairs memory and diminishes cognitive flexibility. If music helps you feel calm and emotionally balanced, it indirectly improves your ability to learn. So perhaps the question isn't simply, does music help you study? Perhaps the better question is, what kind of music helps me study? Learning is not only intellectual, it's emotional and physiological as well. If we understand how sound influences our mental state, we can use music intentionally rather than accidentally. So the next time you sit down to study, pause for a moment. Consider your mental state. Choose your environment carefully and see whether silence or sound helps you think more clearly. Thank you for listening to Coastal Conversations. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and maybe keep the music playing.